Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Had to hit the high note on you niggas. Now, I'm just so confused right now. And I know people are probably looking at this and like, what I'm talking about, you know, it's in the dark. This is Night Hours number 7. Phil Jackson basically was on a podcast today and he blamed everybody else for his failures but himself. And he basically was blaming Dolan and blaming Carmelo for not being a leader and blaming the people for not grasping the triangle offense, and he felt like he should have been on the floor coaching. And I'm like, yeah, dummy, because you would know how to do what you have to do. But Phil Jackson, look, let's just cut to the point, man. Phil Jackson's a bum. He was a bum as a coach. He lucked up by snaking Doug Collins out of his job. He snaked him out the job. Once he snaked him, he went on a magical run, winning 6 championships, which he was given that because you had probably the greatest or the greatest basketball player of all time in Michael Jordan. You had a supporting cast. You had a team of veterans, guys who done went through the wars together to get those first 3 championships. Now, Phil Jackson was trying to do Carmelo Anthony like he did Kobe Bryant, which was blast him in the media, talk bad about him, and then, you know, keep blasting him in the media. And then in practices, you know, actually in the game, coaching, try to overcoach Kobe because he's still thinking that he's still thinking Kobe's the 18 or 19, the 20 or 21 year old. He thought that still was Kobe and he wasn't. And then he's talking about the thing about his daughter being a rape victim and all type of BS, where Phil Jackson's problem is he has an ego thinking that he's the reason why things were going how it was, and it wasn't. Phil Jackson wasn't no coach. Tex Winters, it was his offense. Phil Jackson had a great brain trust around him. His assistant coaches knew how to call plays and they knew how to set up the sets. They knew how to put the players in position to succeed. In Chicago, the offense ran around Michael. So Michael would play, is basically the triangle was around him. So you would have your guy at the elbow. Sometimes that would be Mike, or sometimes he would be at the elbow 3, or he would be on the perimeter, or he'll be at the top of the key. And it would form a triangle. He would throw it here to the center would give it to the forward, the guy would give it back to Michael. They would move similar like a triangle. It would look like a triangle with them moving. It was a lot of ball movement, and it was a lot of movement without the ball. That's one of the things that made the triangle deadly, was you got to be able to move without the ball. So either the center can hit you, or whoever the primary guy is, they'll hit you with the pass or hit you with the extra pass to hit the shot. But a lot of times it wasn't the triangle, it was Michael Jordan just being Michael Jordan. That's all it was. Phil Jackson was nothing more than a hack. He thought that he could coach Carmelo like he did Kobe. And it backfired on him when he was doing it to Kobe. You know, it just became toxic after a while. Like, you blasting Kobe in the media, getting mad at Kobe. So that's why Kobe said, you know what, I'm going to do it your way, Phil. And watch we lose. And they lost. He just said, I'm going to pass the ball. I'm not taking a damn shot. Because you keep bumping heads with me instead of working with me. And that's the thing that happens. Phil goes to the media about stuff, but you never did that to Michael Jordan. You know why you didn't do that to Michael Jordan? Because Michael Jordan would have punched your punk ass in the face. You knew not to say that to Mike. Mike would have choked you. Mike would have told you, man, take your ass over there, Phil. He would have ran you to the store to go get some coffee. Michael just learned to be coachable because he wanted the other guys to fall in line. He was the general. All you had to do was just assign roles and manage personalities. That's it. You was a substitute teacher like Steve Kerr. Except you're a better one. Because that situation with Draymond and KD, that would have never happened under Phil Jackson's watch. I'll give him that. Phil Jackson is probably the greatest coach at managing personalities. Like, if you threw him on that OKC team with Westbrook and KD, they would not have blown that 3-1 lead. They would have won because he would have sided more with KD, and he would have taught Westbrook how to be the secondary guy. But you tried to go at Carmelo the wrong way. And plus, the personnel you had, they did not fit the system. And also, what messed it up, Phil, since you don't want to call blame on yourself, your damn player, who was your player once, who was the coach, was screwing everybody's damn woman on the team. So when the coach does that, of course nobody want to listen. And then he's going off trying to belittle Tim Hardaway. You lucky that Tim Hardaway Sr. wasn't there, because he would have beat the brakes off of Derek Fisher. Worse than Matt Barnes. So all this talk about Melo, you blaming all these people, the problem was your coach couldn't keep his stick in his pants. He kept pulling his stick out and hitting the players' girlfriends. Then you're going to give Carmelo the money. Then you're going to renege saying, oh, well, just waive that no trade clause and we'll trade you. No. That's Melo's team. Melo ain't going nowhere. The hell you talking about? And then you drafted a Porzingis, which is injury prone. All he does is get hurt. He walked down the street and get hurt. When he raped, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say the R word. When he's assaulting women, he get hurt. So it's like, dude, you're the reason Kobe didn't win any more championships. Because of your sorry coaching. You were too busy bumping heads with Kobe, trying to make him look bad because you knew the media was going to take your side. Because the media didn't like Kobe. They never liked Kobe. They loved Jordan, they loved you because you had that charisma. You could persuade them to like you. You have that personality that says, look at me, I am Phil Jackson. I am the greatest coach of all time. You know, look at my rings. I got 11. Like, man, who cares? You got that from Shaq and Kobe, and you got that from Mike. You didn't earn no damn rings. You weren't like Greg Popovich building from scratch, and then you grabbed the superstar, it was over. It's a joke. You a goddamn joke, dog. You gonna come out and talk about, Carmelo's wanted to be a leader but didn't know how to be a leader. Well, how about you went down there and showed them, Phil? No, you were too busy feeling good sitting in the office and finally not having to walk the sideline anymore. You could just do whatever you want. Yo bum ass. Why you didn't show him, Phil? You the reason all these dumbass fans walking around here saying, well, Kobe wasn't good in his last years. He didn't earn those first team defenses. No, he did earn them first team defenses. Your problem is, Phil, that Kobe was bigger than you. He was the superstar. He didn't respect you. He wasn't even giving you no dap or nothing. He just looked at you like, man, shut the hell up and just coach them. Kobe over there running the triangle. All he needed you to do was manage the personalities. Just be the good cop to his bad cop. That's it. You weren't nothing special. Nobody respected you. Don't nobody respect you. All you been is an egotistical maniac. A guy who wants to be known as the smartest guy in the room when you're actually not. You're the reason the Knicks sucked. You've set them back for years. Everyone want to talk about Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas was not bad as Phil Jackson. Isaiah had the squad. They just didn't put the pieces in the right spot. Like Crawford should have been coming off the bench. You know, and Marbury wouldn't have never went crazy. That Knicks team would have been vicious. Because they had a decent team. I can't even lie. But you, Phil, you throwing all these shots at Carmelo, man. It's like, dog, this is what kills me. Everybody says everybody love to hate on Melo. All Carmelo needed was a point guard. You drafted Porzingis. You should have got him a point guard. Because the last time he had a decent to good point guard, he got to the Western Conference Finals, Phil. But that's your problem. You don't understand personnel. You don't know how to draft the players. That's why Reinsdorf then put you in the position where Krause was at. Because you would have been doing everything Jordan wanted you to do, and y'all would have lost. Because you and Mike don't know how to judge talent. Y'all don't. Y'all don't know how to judge talent. Y'all don't know how to groom talent. Kobe does. Kobe knows talent when he sees it. That's why he knew Smush Parker was a bum. And everybody was like, I can't believe he talked to you that way. If I would have, you would have did nothing, fat boy. Whoever that dude is on ESPN, him and his dad be on the show together. They both bums. Kobe would have slapped the piss out your mouth and then kicked you to the side and said, go over there, stand in the corner. He'd have choked your punk ass. Shoot. Mike was the one doing all the dirty work. He the reason y'all won. He was punking Hogran around, pumping Scotty Simpson around, punking all of them. And got their ass right. Talk about it's everybody's fault. It was your dumbass fault for bringing in Derek Fisher, a.k.a. Mr. Smash Everybody Chick. Snake ass dude. Now, also in the news, the Niners traded a third round, I think a second round pick or third round pick this year, and then 2 future first round draft picks to move up to the third spot. Now, people are saying they might go after Zach Wilson, I think from BYU or more from Alabama. because they're saying Trevor Lawrence is going to be gone, which I disagree with the Jaguars getting Trevor Lawrence, because I think Minshew is good. He just needs some time, but they're going to get Trevor Lawrence, and the draft will shake up after that. So it's going to be interesting to watch the draft this year. The Niners I think are going to go probably after Zach Wilson. People are saying, oh, they could go get Justin Fields. I don't see them getting Justin Fields. I see them most likely getting Zach Wilson. And that should help them. But we'll see what that does, because, man, that defense might not be the same. That defense might be kind of weak. So we got to see what's going on. But the Dolphins, man, the Dolphins are really smart. Man, the Dolphins know how to trade. They know how to do what they supposed to do. They traded back and got some more picks. That's what you're supposed to do. They stayed pat. Everybody like, oh, they need to go get a quarterback. They got Tua. They got Tua last year. Give him a year under his belt. Give him a full starting job this year. And let's see what he does. Seriously. So we'll give it a shot. So I think the Niners are going to get Zach Wilson probably. I do not see them getting Justin Fields, because Fields, I think, is rated the third, fourth QB to be picked. So that's probably going to be in the third round, probably second round-ish, third round-ish. But, hey, what it do? You got to give the Niners respect. The NFL is really, really talented. So the Dolphins are getting better. They're building depth. So these picks that they got, it will give them depth, and they are going to be scary for years to come. If they were 10-6, I think last year, 10-7, 10-6, they lost in the playoffs, I believe, or I don't think they made it, but they would be fine. So, thank you for listening, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you like what you hear, you can donate to the page by Cash Apping me at the word welcome, the number 2, and an HDIITV. Thank you for listening, and we are out. Daisy!